Great, I'm not fighting. I'm just here to watch Badu Jack leave me alone, right? If he didn't want the rematch with Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao signed with Al Heyman. He has Lucas Matisse and now Adrian Broner, both on his resume on his last two fights. Decent names, correct? These are both ex-world champions. In with a lot of casuals last night, Lee, at the bar. Ugh, if I had to hear another casual ass fan talking in that place, I was gonna go nuts. Just stood quiet, didn't want to hurt anybody's feelings in there, but it was some bullshit going on in that bar.
It got a little hood of Jace for you.
No, not hooded at all. Just casuals. Adrian Bro's a 4-time champion, dog. No, he's not. Shut up. I'm just gonna be quiet, right? He's one of the best in the welterweight. Just gonna be quiet, right? A guy who has a draw and a loss in his last two fights to fighters that aren't even welterweights. But I'm just gonna stay quiet. So I did. Anyways, my lady's pregnant, just trying to keep her happy, right?
Don't want to fight your way out of the local bar just yet.
Because the liquor was flowing, let me tell you. There was a lot of people drinking that place. I know that's why that place sets it up for free. I've never seen that. I don't know if you get that a lot out in San Diego. I've never seen a bar buy a pay-per-view and then tell everyone it was free. Come watch it. You usually have to pay something to get in. They ask you to buy a certain amount of drinks or something, you know. But no, this one, you could just walk in, watch it, and go home.
So here's the question. I guess we should either call it the J.C. Chavez Jr. Award or the Oscar. I guess Oscar was really the first.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I think what still has a potential roadblock in this fight is what they offer Manny Pacquiao. See, people need to understand, Manny only made $10 million last night. Upwards, could be upwards of something higher if the pay-per-views do good. That's great. But on guaranteed money, he only made $10 million. Now, to face Adrian Broner, that is a great paycheck. Everyone had Manny Pacquiao winning. He was a minus 330 favorite going into the fight. This was a no-brainer. $10 million sparring match is what he took last night. So then you look down the road. We got to remember, Manny Pacquiao made what, 60 million plus a percentage of pay-per-view, something like that, going into the Mayweather fight. What is he going to demand for the rematch now that he thinks he's back on top of the world? Remember, Manny has an ego too. This is a guy who put his face on the cross of Jesus one point in his career and acted like he was what Jesus really? Did you catch that on 24/7? One time he was doing a Bible show or whatever to a bunch of people, and the guy on the cross was Manny Pacquiao.
Nice.
So he has an ego too. If you looked at his house on the build-up show, every step going to his second story has a picture of Manny Pacquiao. Every fucking step. It's like 13 fight pictures going all the way up his wall. So this guy, I don't know if he's going to fight Floyd for 10 million. I don't know if he's going to fight Floyd for 20 million. He's got other options. Oh, the PBC has a bunch of fights for him. If Al Heyman wants to make a little bit of money on Manny Pacquiao, you don't put him in with Floyd in the next fight. That Mikey Garcia Spence winner. Mikey already said he wants to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's pay-per-view right there. That'll do fine. You got Keith Thurman out here. You know, Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman is going to do fine, like for Al Heyman. For Al Heyman, what he likes on viewerships from the PBC, those guys are going to all hit their marks on the PBC viewership platform. So I don't know. Floyd's going to have to give Manny a little bit of money here. I don't know what. Lee, I doubt this fight makes nearly what it touched last time. I really don't see it even getting halfway there. I don't see this thing doing over 900, maybe million pay-per-view buys. That's about it. So, and I heard last night was not a big presence out there in Vegas. I had two people tell me that.
I really strongly debated because I could get good seats at a ridiculous price because I'm banned by Magna Media from fights in Vegas, basically.
Right.
And every Tom, Dick, and Harry who was in media was there, and apparently I'm the only one who wasn't there. How do I know? Go back and watch the press conference. My favorite of the press conference was somebody going, "Who the fuck are these guys?" I had never heard of him. I'd never heard of half of these shows, which is all pretty funny. But there was a lot. There were tickets to be had. Even 3 hours after the fight card had started, I was on SeatGeek, really eyeballing lower bowls for a couple $100, which is crazy.
I mean, Lee, can you imagine what the scalpers were being hit with in Las Vegas? You know, if on the second market on the internet was down to 75%, what are they asking for them on out there at the arena? You know, where people don't usually carry the market value price in their wallet, right? Everyone out there that's looking for a scalper is usually looking for a deal. Well, they've already found online, they're finding that tickets are dropping by 75%. So what do you think they were really offering these guys out there at the MGM Grand?
Yeah, I completely agree. The other problem I had with Vegas, the room rates were ridiculously high, and it had nothing to do with the fight. There just happened to be a couple of very large conventions out there, and I just thought, this is just going to be a struggle to go. It was too crowded for other things. Nobody was there for the fight. I mean, they got a draw. Pacquiao did his thing. The Filipinos literally changed the betting line. I thought you got a good deal on Pacquiao if you bet Pacquiao straight at minus 300 or whatever.
I know one guy, Lee, didn't even know the fight was in Las Vegas Saturday night. Swear to God. That's how much they did not promote out there.
I think it was a great rate of return. I mean, if you bet $10,000 on Pacquiao to win, $3,000 or whatever it winds up being, that's pretty good turnover for a single night. I mean, it's not a horribly bad deal. Did I get the math on that right?
No, but it was minus 330, so 10 grand on minus 330 is what you would divide into.
Just under $3,000, right? 2750.
Yep.
That's really good.
Actually, the best bet was Pacquiao at minus 105 on decision. That minus 105, you can't beat that.
That was the bet. I mean, that's a straight even money. But even if you took them at the minus 330 or 300, depending on how you bet it, and I'm going to explain this in simple terms for all of you. For those of you that have enough money in your checking account and can understand this, you're not getting 20% on your money. You're not. In literally 24 hours, you got 20% on your money, which I realize everybody goes to Vegas and expects, 100% back on their money all the time or even more, right? 20% return. That's why everybody bet on Floyd all the time. It's a
24
guarantee.
Hours is a stretch. They did that. They did that in 45 minutes? Less than an hour. Say that.
Yeah.
Less than an hour, Lee. You get your money. You get 20% return guaranteed. And let me tell you, if you only had a little bit of money to spend, believe me, if you only have $20, the minus 105 isn't what you want to put your money on. You're not, that's, come on, peanuts. We're not changing anything.
No, you'd have to parlay it up. You might as well wait till Sunday and bet on.
We're talking about guys that are betting a little bit of serious money here.
Right. That guys who are using it like a annuity fund or somebody's tax retirement. This was a mortal lock. We had said it during the week that it would literally take an act of God for Manny Pacquiao to lose this fight. Like, he would have to slip on the way to the ring.
I told you. When you asked me my prediction, I told you he's ahead on scorecards right now.
Yeah, right. The only time I got a little sketchy is when they brought in this referee who I literally have never heard of. I'm guessing the WBA brought him in or Ellerby and Heyman, who, by the way, if you didn't listen to our last show, I am now convinced more than ever are the same person. Right?
They whacked out Heyman somewhere. They got rid of him.
He's just an actor, Andrew. Get used to it.
Yeah.
But with that said, I honestly knew that something was up, and I immediately checked with one of the FNR regulars, Paul Cuff, to check the draw line at 25-1. That wouldn't have been.
I wanted to tell Paul that would have been the bet if we would have seen it, Lee. That minus 105 on decision. Come on, I was.
Oh, that's where you make your money, but your hedge on the draw at dropping a dime on that one. Maybe.
When we looked it up online, they only gave us two options.
Yeah.
Winner,
it was hard to find. The guys in the UK get off-track betting. They get real legalized sports betting. We don't. You got to go to Vegas. You checked with Will. Nobody's got a bunch of lines on this fight. They just basically had straight.
Well, I actually had it sent to me. My cousin Philip, shout out to my cousin out there. He sent me the line, and that's where I got the minus 105 on decision. I was like, shit, that was the fucking
That is
bet.
the bet.
That's a great bet, man. 105. Come on. You know how many people that know this fight took that darn bet?
That's the easiest, what is it, $995 you would have ever made on a $1,000 bet, Andrew. Literally. That's
there's guys that drop 10 grand on fights, man. Right? That was an easy call right there.
And then the easy cover on that bet is taking Pacquiao by KO to just cover your bet. I mean, it's just smart betting. I mean, if you can get
almost look, in the 7th round, you guys, I was nervous. I was like, oh shit, is Manny gonna? You seen me? You guys seen me? I sent everyone that he's going for a second knockout in a row. But then he turned into Manny and started boxing again. He led up, I thought, on Adrian Broner in the last few rounds there. Manny's done that his whole career. He's just not that killer anymore, right?
Yeah.
He
doesn't have to be. He's trying to squeeze out 2 or 3 more fights, and
just keep it simple, baby. Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah. Why try to push yourself too hard and make it too crazy for yourself?
Yeah. The only thing that stops him with the Mayweather, you can't stop a right hand, so you're not beating Floyd. Floyd has the best right hand. He probably still has it today. If Manny can't get in that right hand, he loses again on the cards against Floyd. But I never thought it would happen, Lee, but it looks like it's going to happen. I so don't want to see this fight. I so hope the Grand Line Bar has this fight for free, and I can go watch it there because it's going to be 2 old men. 2 old men that really means nothing. You know what this rematch means? This rematch means will there be a 3rd fight? And that's it. None of these guys are going anywhere after this. Maybe a little bit. There will never be a higher point in their career than their 3 fights together. You might see Manny fight like a Spence Jr. or Floyd fight them, but there will be so far a big age gap. Nobody will care if Spence whoops on both of them. Those guys are past their prime. They're gonna. This rematch is about, can we get a 3rd check out of you guys?
Yeah, I'm with you. I completely agree. Which takes
don't be surprised if you get your little draw, Lee. Right? Don't be surprised if we see Floyd with his first draw. Not a loss, but a draw. Let's do it.
I don't know if his ego can handle a draw, to be perfectly honest.
I think it can if the IRS is calling. I think it really can at this point in his career. Come on, this is a guy who's going across seas for $9 million, and we all know he didn't make $9 million after taxes, after his corner, after his coin. He didn't make no $9 million. I never thought Floyd Mayweather would do some shit like that again after always saying he fights for nothing but double-digit, triple-digit checks or whatever he always says. 9-figure paydays, isn't that what he always says? He can go for fucking pennies. He fought for peanuts. Those are peanuts. Man, when Floyd Mayweather used to make $8 million, he told everyone those were slave wages. Come on now.
For those of you who don't know, the PBC currently holds a stranglehold.
Andrew.
Oh, what's up, Bob?
You know the fucking PBC has all the welterweights. Nobody wants to fucking fight there.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
Now that Terrence Crawford's fighting Amir Khan, do you believe Terrence Crawford, if he beats Khan, is going to be fighting Adrian Broner on pay-per-view next?
No.
I believe so.
No.
I think you're lying. Bob.
Make that fight. Fuck the PBC guys.
Hey, he's fighting Khan. Khan used to fight on PBC. Now all of a sudden is getting the shot with Crawford. If Al Heyman don't have anything else for Adrian Broner, Broner might be undisciplined. Can't make junior welterweights. There's really nothing left for him in the 147 division. Let's tap him out. Let's get him out of there with the pay-per-view fight against Terrence Crawford. End of the year.
All right, let's talk about Manny Pacquiao and the PBC stranglehold on 147 pounds. They hold Miguel Vasquez, Sammy Vasquez, Jesse Vargas, Ugas, Thurman, Starks, Stanions, Spence Jr., Porter, Peterson, Perella, Ortiz, Omotoso, Martin, Malinaji, who's still listed as an active fighter. What the fuck?
I was going to say, Lee, some of those guys are out of here already.
Maidana, Lopez.
Victor Ortiz is going to prison, bro. He ain't fighting anymore.
Khan, James, Guerrero.
He ain't fighting. Yeah.
Grayton, Golub, Garcia, Figueroa Jr., Elegy. My God, the list keeps going. Cruz,